Hello friends, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'd like to discuss the band called Pink Floyd, not the Beatles. Why? Because I recently completed the entire discography of Pink Floyd on vinyl. And I'm not talking about the well-known studio albums, I'm talking about every possible Pink Floyd song ever released on vinyl. Now, let me clarify. I'm not talking about these 15 studio albums that we know. Before that, we had several singles, and then during the active period of Pink Floyd, there were 3 compilation albums, and there were several soundtracks and some, unofficial discography releases. So we're going to be talking about 13 or maybe 14 songs that are officially released by Pink Floyd but are somehow forgotten and not very often released on vinyl. So first of all, what I want to mention these 3 albums, these 3 official Pink Floyd compilations. First of all, we have Relics that was released in early 70s. And all the songs that appear here on this album appeared elsewhere, except one song, which is Biding My Time. This is the only song that appears only on this album and previously unreleased. The other songs which are notable are Arnold Lane, See Emily Play, Paintbox, Julia Dream, Careful That Extra Gene. These are non-album singles, but they were previously released. Okay, so we have them here on the vinyl. Then we have Works, that also includes previously released material, but there is one previously unreleased song which is Embryo. So this one is also notable for having one unreleased song. And we have collection of great dance songs with previously released material, but the song Money is a completely new recording and made only by David Gilmour, without participation of anybody else. But there is several other issues that are somehow forgotten by the Pink Floyd fans. We're talking about this Best of or Masters of Rock album. We are talking about Zabriskie Point compilation. And we're talking about this Pink Floyd Nix O Boogie and several others. So let's break it down and go step by step, one by one, every Pink Floyd non-album song and where it appears if you want to have it on vinyl. If we are talking about this album, which means we are talking about the songs called Apples and Oranges, It Would Be So Nice, Paintbox, Julia Dream, See Emily Play, Candy and the Caravan Bum, and Arnold Lane. These songs are non-album songs, which are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 songs. These 7 songs can be found on this 1978 release, an album which is called, either with different cover, which is called Best of Pink Floyd or Masters of Rock. So this is a very unique and very essential collection for vinyl lovers, because all those songs were released later on CDs and the Shine On box in the 90s and so on. But if you want to have only vinyl, then you need to find this album. This one actually completes 90% of non-albums songs. But still, there are a few other songs that need to be mentioned. First of all, on the Zabriskie Point soundtrack, we have 2 Pink Floyd songs that are somehow overlooked. These are Heartbeat, Pig Meat, and Crumbling Land. These are the two original songs that appear on the Zabriskie Point, but there is another song which is come in number 51, Your Time Is Up. This is the alternate title for the song Carol Rex Eugene. Now, this song was previously released. It was on Relics, and it was a live version on Amagama, on Pompeii, and it's a B-side of one single, which I will be mentioning later. So, which means here on this song, here on this album, we have two additional songs that are somehow overlooked. So, in a combination of these two albums, we are talking about 9 non-album songs. Then we have this promo copy, and we have here Interstellar Overdrive. Now, that song appears on the Piper the Gates Dawn album, but then we have Nick's Boogie and 2 interviews. Now, Nick's Boogie appears only here and nowhere else. And also there is a reissue of the box set, and there was also cassette, but this is the only place that you have originally Nick's Boogie song. Having said that, it leaves us with 3 other songs that are very rare to find. These songs are When the Tigers Broke Free, What Shall We Do Now, and Point Me at the Sky. These 3 songs. Now, When the Tigers Broke Free was released as a soundtrack 7-inch single in 1983. And it says here, taken from the album Final Cut. Later, in 2013, I believe, there was a remastered version of the Final Cut album, and it includes that song. But for me, the Final Cut album is the original album without that song, and it doesn't work for me. So I decided not to buy the vinyl of the new version of Final Cut. Instead, I have that song as a standalone single. Although I do have the CD version, but we're talking about the vinyl. So that song was released as a soundtrack from the movie The Wall in 1983. Which leaves us with 2 additional songs that were released but difficult to find on vinyl. And the song is Point Me at the Sky. Now, Point Me at the Sky was released as a single in 1968, and the B-side of it was Careful with Rex Eugenie, that was actually released on Relics album. But for all the other compilations, the song Point Me at the Sky was overlooked. On the best of, it was overlooked. Relics, it was overlooked. Works, it was overlooked. So the only place that you can have the song Point Me at the Sky is either single or Harvest sample. Now, I found the single. I have the jukebox Italian version. Unfortunately, the postage takes longer than expected. I don't have it with me, but this is how it looks like. That single was released in several other countries like Germany, Italy, France, UK, America, and everywhere, and it has picture sleeve, and it's a bit expensive, but this Italian jukebox pressing with a white label is the best way to go. So I do have that song also in my collection. Which leaves us with the last song that we will never get on vinyl. And that song is What Shall We Do Now? What Shall We Do Now was officially recorded during the Wall sessions, and the lyrics for that song appear on the lyrics for the album The Wall, but it was cut due to a length. So the only official version that you can ever listen to that song is to watch the movie by Alan Parker, which is called The Wall. Otherwise, you will never listen to that song in the official studio version. The only other version that you have of that song is to listen to it on the live album, which is called Is There Anybody Out There? The Wall Live 1980-1981. But this is a live version. Also, the song Show Must Go On, which appears on The Wall. I mean, it was released, it appears on The Wall album on the vinyl, but the full version appears only on the live version of The Wall. So this concludes the all the possible Pink Floyd songs ever released on vinyl. And in addition, we also have this single from Final Cut, and it has The Hero's Return Parts 1 and 2, which is the full version that does not appear on the album. Worth mentioning, the latest single by Pink Floyd, which is called Hey Hey Rise Up. And also I have this Arnold Layne live version. So these are the two latest singles. And by the way, Hey Hey Rise Up is backed with A Great Day for Freedom recorded live. So these are the songs that I wanted to mention by the Pink Floyd and to complete their catalog. I mean, all of these songs you can find in the early years box set and on the CD and later releases, yes. But I'm talking about the vinyl release. And I have to mention that the song What Shall We Do Now was never released on vinyl, unfortunately. And the song Point Me at the Sky can be found only on single or Harvest sample. And I'm glad I found this. This is the When the Tigers Broke Free on the vinyl. All right. So these are my thoughts about Pink Floyd discography, in addition to all the 15 albums that we know. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.